Trust had invited Congress Supremo Sonia Gandhi, the party's president Mallikarjun Kharge, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the party's leader in the Lok Sabha, some weeks ago. After long deliberations, the party has declined the invitation. Of the several reasons cited by the Congress, two stand out. First, that the Congress believes the Pran Pratishtha is a, quote, BJP RSS event, unquote, while, quote, religion is a personal matter, unquote, and Lord Ram is revered by millions in the party. Second, Congress objects to BJP turning the Ram Mandir into a, quote, political project, unquote. Its decision has triggered a war of words. The BJP has hit back. A specially organized press conference today, the national spokesperson and member of parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, said, when the new parliament building was inaugurated, that time as well, the Congress rejected the invite. The Pran Pratishtha was an opportunity for the Congress to show that they have changed. But let me remind you that this is an Nehru Congress. By rejecting the invitation, they have proven that radical politics is their priority now. This is what the BJP has said in response to the statement that was put out by the Congress party, citing the two reasons, viewers, in principle, that I put before you. Interestingly, the Congress party is divided, with many within the party questioning their leadership stance. Listen in, viewers. Listen in.
कांग्रेस हिंदू विरोधी पार्टी नहीं है, कांग्रेस राम विरोधी नहीं है। ये कुछ लोग हैं जिन्होंने इस तरह का फैसला कराने में भूमिका अदा की है। ये बड़ा गंभीर विषय है। आज मेरा दिल टूट गया है और इस फैसले से करोड़ों कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ताओं का दिल टूटा है। उन कार्यकर्ताओं का, उन नेताओं का जिनकी आस्था भगवान राम में है।
जैसा मैंने पहले कहा, ये कोई राजनीतिक मसला नहीं है और मैं समझता हूँ कि मैं सौभाग्यशाली हूँ कि हिमाचल में कुछ ही लोगों को जो है वो 22 तारीख का प्राण प्रतिष्ठा का निमंत्रण मिला है। और मुझे धन्यवाद करना है राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ का, विश्व हिंदू परिषद का, कि उन्होंने मुझे और मेरे परिवार को ये सम्मान दिया है। और 22 तारीख को जिस दिन माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी अयोध्या में होंगे, उस दिन का निमंत्रण हमें दिया गया है। और उस दिन निश्चित तौर से, क्योंकि ये जीवन में एक ही बारी ऐसा मौका मिलता है कि इस इतिहास का हम गवाह बन सके।
Influential leaders on one side on the ground wanting to go for this Pran Pratishtha, disagreeing with the High Command. Well, viewers, the divisions in the Congress have most likely appeared because the Congress decision is proving difficult to explain to the voters, as it suffers from contradictions. The event is not a BJP RSS event. The Ram Janambhoomi Tirtha Kshetra Trust is organizing the Pran Pratishtha event. This trust was set up by the Modi government on orders of the Supreme Court. The construction of the Ram Mandir that has been undertaken by the trust relies on donations from Hindus, not public funds. It is a trust that is sending out the invites for the Jan 22 event and not the BJP RSS as being alleged by the Congress party. It makes no sense, viewers, for the Congress to reject an invitation from a trust set up on apex court orders. Unless, of course, the Congress has little faith in the wisdom and impartiality of the topmost court in the land. And if this is the case, viewers, will the Congress also snub an invite from the Indo-Islamic Cultural Foundation Trust to inaugurate the mosque, which it has been tasked to build in Ayodhya by who else but the Supreme Court? Moreover, the Congress has claimed that the party reveres Ram, who lives, it says, within the hearts of millions of its workers. But viewers, by rejecting the invitation to attend the Pran Pratishtha, the Congress runs the risk of contradicting itself. It may be recalled that in a 2007 affidavit before the Supreme Court, the UPA stated that there is, quote, no historical proof of Lord Ram or any events in the Ramayana, unquote. Why would a party that reveres the quintessence of Bharat have submitted an affidavit questioning Lord Ram's existence? Even some of the subcontinent's Muslim icons have never gone as far as doubting Ram's existence. For the poet laureate Iqbal, Ram was Nizam-e-Hind, and others like Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai, even eulogies. Hinglaj, a cave in Balochistan where Lord Ram meditated. The Guru Granth Sahib has more than 500 reverential mentions of Lord Ram. None of these holies or worthies have ever questioned Ram's existence, perhaps aware that doing so would be considered an act of contempt by most Hindus. So why then did the Congress go so far as to hurt Hindu sentiments when it was in power at the centre if it so reveres Ram? Perhaps the Congress party's dismissal of Lord Ram is a direct consequence of the trouble it is having in shedding the ideological baggage of the past. Remember in 1949, then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru had asked then United Provinces Chief Minister Gobind Ballabh Pant to remove the idol of Ram Lalla from the Ram Janambhoomi. This idol was mysteriously placed there on the intervening night of December 22-23 in 1949. Court records suggest that Nehru was deeply upset with this happenstance. The then DM of Ayodhya, K. Nair, who refused to comply with the orders, was even shown the door. The hounding of Nair and Nehru's antipathy towards the placing of the idols is always talked up an example of the Congress party's disregard for not just Lord Ram, but the sentiments of his bhaks. The Congress must urgently reconsider its stand on boycotting the Pran Pratishtha of Bharat's Maryada Purush viewers. You know, even K. Mohammed, the man who was part of the ASI survey, came out and said that in 76-77, the entire Congress ecosystem conspired. Of course, viewers, as you know, the ecosystem was built around Marxist historians, and they deliberately kept the ASI report away from the public glare. Viewers, there are many instances of the Congress hurting Hindu sentiments. And no wonder the BJP is coming out and accusing it of being a Chunavi Hindu. But viewers, it is not for me to pass judgment. Let's open this up for a conversation. What's holding the Congress back? How is it, viewers, that the entire country, that Bharat, is thirsting, is yearning for a darshan of Lord Ram? What's holding the Congress back? That's the big question. It's appearing on your screens. Congress to boycott the Pran Pratishtha, Bharat's Ram, not India Alliance's idol. That's the fundamental bottom line question, viewers. There it is. It's on your screens. The question coming up. Let's put it out. Director Saab, let's fire it. Let's go with it. That's right. Okay. There we go. Let me go straight across to Dr. Ranganathan. I also want to bring in today the advocate of the Supreme Court, Vishnu Shankar Jain, who has fought this battle single-handedly, Tehseen Poonawala. Let's get them into this conversation first. Now, Tehseen Poonawala, let me begin by asking you a direct question. What's holding the Congress back? Bharat's Ram, can it not be India Alliance's own idol? What's the issue? I mean, you talk about the fact that, look, we revere Ram, he lives inside our hearts, and then you question his existence. At another level, you say that this is a RSS BJP function when we all know it isn't. We all know that this is a function that has been organized by the Tirth Kshetra Trust set up by the Supreme Court. What's the issue?
Jai Sri Ram, Rahul, thank you for having me on the show, and good evening to all my fellow panelists and to all my viewers. Three things that you've raised. Number one, about the function. This function, it's not the Congress party or the opposition. It's the holy Shankaracharyas, all four of them in unison. Yes, to have put a statement, but all four in unison have said, and I quote, that if Prime Minister Modi will touch the Ram idol and will be handling it, What are they supposed to do? Only stand aside? And they have all said, and they still stand by that stand, that the Ram Mandir is not complete. And all of us here are not equivalent to speak about the Shastras as much as they are. So I think the Shankaracharyas have put the case forward. This has nothing to do with the opposition or mere mortals like you and I. The second part of your statement about the affidavit of the Congress party, which is actually the affidavit of the government of India on the existence of Lord Ram with regards to the Ram Setu. May I put it to your viewers right now, and I would like that I'm fact-checked on this. The present union government, on that affidavit, because it was withdrawn in 2007, that affidavit, on the Ram Setu issue, the present union government, when Subramaniam Swami's moved to court, that it should be declared a national heritage, the present union government still does not take a stand. Dr. Jitendra Singh in Rajya Sabha says, and I quote him, that satellites don't confirm anything. This is about the Ram Setu. And Chief Justice Chandrachud has repeatedly asked the union government, what is your stand on Ram Setu? They refuse to take a stand. This is along with the fact that Mahesh Sharma ji, I'm quoting CNN News 18, has said in Parliament when the Honorable Prime Minister was sitting that there is no evidence of Ma Sita being born, and the temple for Ma Sita's birthplace, the present union government has given as much money for the temples as the Honorable Prime Minister's press conferences. Zero. This is the BJP's hypocrisy and duplicity, which leads to the third part of your question. The opposition is not boycotting it. They are merely following what the holy Shankaracharyas have said. And I once again repeat, I have a lot of respect, for example, Vishnu Jain ji. He's fighting a just cause, a cultural cause, and I respect that. But none of us here are equipped to talk about Shastras except for them. They are the only people to talk about Shastras. This is the highest body.
Can I ask you a counter question very quickly?
Please,
do you believe Shankaracharya should play any political role in our polity, sir?
I believe politics and religion should be kept aside.
Kept aside. You heard that now, viewers. You heard very clearly our friend, Mr. Poonawala, saying that Shankaracharyas should not indulge in politics.
And they aren't.
One second. Two of these Shankaracharyas, viewers, I don't know if Tehseen has done his research because it's easy
I started with
copy and paste Congress propaganda. But let me tell you, viewers, two of these Shankaracharyas jumped into the political fray, my dear friends, in 2014. Saying that they will not support Modi when he contests from Varanasi.
One
second. Yes, I'm not asking you a clarification.
Allow me to answer that because
one second, I haven't finished. Let me put the facts out.
Sure.
Tehseen, you never let me finish. I'm just putting my facts there. One of them got so outraged because he was asked a question about Modi that he slapped the reporter, black and blue. And this happened very recently, viewers. Let me also tell you, if you believe that Shankaracharya's words are gospel, then can I ask you, sir, when the Shankaracharya got very upset with the Congress party for not accepting his formula for the resolution of the Ram Mandir, was the Shankaracharya right when he accused you of being an obstacle to the resolution of the Ram Masjid dispute? Yes or no?
Okay, so it cannot be answered yes or no, but may I please answer the first part and then answer the second part? But I would like to answer both of those. I'm going to take them both head on.
Right.
So the first part of your question, yes, the Shankaracharya, the holy Shankaracharyas were upset, partly because of a slogan that was coined about the Honorable Prime Minister, Harar Modi, which only goes with Bhagwan Shiv. And therefore, like I said, Bhagwan Shiva are Aradhya, and therefore they were justly accepted. To the half part of the second question about politics and religion, no, I don't think whether it's Shankaracharya or Prime Minister Vajpayee going to the Jama Masjid Imam asking, please vote for BJP, Prime Minister going to Jama Masjid is unacceptable. But the third part of your question, where I'd like to end. May I just tell your viewers why, Rahul, that in 1992, when the disputed structure was broken, the Congress government in a minority got in an ordinance to pass in Parliament for the Ram temple, for a grand Ram temple to be built as per the 89 manifesto of the Congress party at the very site where Lord Ram was born. And next to that, a mosque. Bhandari ji, the vice president of the BJP, stands up in Parliament and says, no, Ram temple will be constructed by court, not by Parliament.
Well, let me also tell
Lord
you,
Ram, our Aradhya, has been in the tent since 1992 because of the BJP.
No, one second. Let me also very quickly tell you, Tehseen Poonawala, that the PV Narasimha Rao government was actually contemplating passing an ordinance securing the right for the rebuilding of the Babri Masjid on that spot.
Yes, that's true.
Not that I am in any way validating the destruction of the Babri Masjid. But viewers, That all aside,
But that's next
two
door, right? The
Shankaracharyas,
temple had
two
to come up.
Shankaracharyas have come out and said that the statements being attributed to them are fake news. And they are right there, viewers. Two Shankaracharyas of Dwarka and Sringeri Mutt have already come out and called the reports fake. So, on this particular issue, viewers, they're already on thin ice. Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Rahul, and good evening to my fellow panelists. No, I think I'm not going to miss any words because I think we've had enough of this. The Congress declining the invitation to attend the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram Janambhoomi temple, the new Ram temple, is entirely in keeping with the Congress's psyche of being anti-Hindu and anti-Bharat civilization. I'm not going to mince my words because I will prove it with facts. Number one, on the Congress saying that the religion is a personal matter. Yeah, sure. Overturning the Shah Bano judgment to appease Muslims at the cost of a poor widow who was thrown onto the streets is a personal matter. Giving hundreds of crores to set up exclusively Christian development corporations, organizing iftar parties for decades, providing Hajj subsidy for decades, exclusively controlling 34,558 temples, disbursing monthly salaries to imams for decades, celebrating Teresa's sainthood was all a personal matter, right? How shamelessly hypocritical can one be? In fact, Miss Sonia Gandhi had written to the Pope saying she would have loved to, but she cannot attend the canonization of Teresa, but is actually sending emissaries representing Congress and the government. So much for personal matter. Number two, and this is more painful, but these are all facts. On the Congress saying that the Pran Pratishtha has been turned political. Well, it is the duty of the state to organize this event. The state, in my opinion, hasn't gone far enough because the state exclusively controls more than 100,000 Hindu temples, their land, their revenue. It gets billions from these temples. It is spending a minute fraction of what it gets exclusively from Hindus. But then to understand this Congress psyche, Rahul, you have to go back not just a few decades, but to 1951. At the consecration of Somnath itself that was rebuilt after centuries of repeated demolition and destruction by invaders. Patel wanted to celebrate it, but Nehru feared what he called and phrased Hindu revivalism, restoring an ancient monument, a place of immense veneration, which had been repeatedly obliterated, was, according to Nehru, an act of Hindu revivalism. Munshi, the cabinet minister in charge, was incensed. Yesterday you referred to Hindu revivalism, he wrote to him. It is my faith in the past which has given me the strength to work in the present and to look forward to our future. I cannot value freedom if it deprives us of the Bhagavad Gita or uproots our millions from the faith with which they look upon our temples and thereby destroys the texture of our lives. This shrine, this Somnath shrine, once restored to a place of importance in our life, will give to our people a purer conception of religion and a more vivid consciousness of our strength, which is so vital, unquote. Nehru was not moved. He in fact demanded that the president should not attend the Somnath consecration. President Rajendra Prasad ignored Nehru. And anyway, finally, and Vishnuji is here, he will corroborate. Congress leaders were part of the fraudulent Krishna Janambhoomi Sansthan that gave away part of the Mathura Krishna Janambhoomi to the Eidgah party without possessing the property papers. And for the next 50 years, the same Congress maintained then that the Eidgah has a legitimate right to be present over the Krishna Janambhoomi. It is the Congress finally, Rahul, that brought in the Draconian Places of Worship Act, denying Hindus their civilizational right to correct historical injustices. So I'll tell you, who is anti-civilizational? It is the Congress, and that is why it is entirely in keep. I congratulate Congress for keeping its word.
Well, when you say that, the Congress is upset because it's a personal matter, we've forgotten, and in the context of what Dr. Ranganathan is saying, let me just remind our viewers, in the debates that went on in Parliament, viewers, on the Place of Worship Act, you see, Mani Shankar Iyer stood up, sprang out of his chair, and he says, you look at the Gyanvapi Mosque, that abomination, viewers, that sits atop a temple, and he says, look at it, what more perfect example of a syncretic secularism can we see in this country? Can you imagine, viewers, a desecration of a temple to him was a great act of secular syncretism. This is the Congress's mindset. And let me also tell you, viewers, the hard facts which I'm going to prompt on your screens when they say that, oh, religion is a personal matter and the Prime Minister must be above religion. Locks of the Babri Masjid, when it was deemed for the Congress party to be on the right side of the Hindu sentiment, they said, let's have it opened. Happened under Rajiv Gandhi's government. He even allowed the VHP to perform Shilanyas at the Ram Janambhoomi, viewers. Rajiv launched in 1989 his election campaign from Faizabad, promising Ram Rajya in India. Then P.V. Narasimha Rao was being updated, then Prime Minister, every 30 minutes by Madhav Godbole, who was the Home Secretary, about when the masjid was being broken down, and he didn't do anything. He was doing his puja, then he went for a nap, and he got up in the evening, and there was a cabinet meeting, and he apparently lashed out at then Minister Mr. Sindhya and said, don't shed any sympathies here for that demolition. Viewers, Rajiv Gandhi reversed Shah Bano. Dr. Manmohan Singh pledged that UPA would give Muslims the first right to all our state resources. Dr. Manmohan Singh hosted iftar parties. Such a personal matter, religion, but at 7 in those days, RCR, viewers. Not once, 3-4 times. So Sanjay Jha, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? It's the Muslim vote that you have a problem with. Rahul Gandhi, Wayanad, 73% Muslims voting for him. If he shows up, even if Yatra is not going past Ayodhya, if he were to sort of even step into Ayodhya, it would be a problem. And this is a Janeudhari, Rahul Gandhi. Who are we kidding?
Hi, good evening, Rahul.
Hi.
I need to leave by 7:30,
Sure.
and I will make a couple of short points, and then I think Tessin is here to take the argument forward from our side.
Yeah.
To start with, I want to make a point here. I think Tessin has made a very compelling argument. In fact, he and I think, have some kind of a telepathy of sorts, because that's exactly my train of thoughts. Now, let me add to what Tessin said. I won't repeat that. The very fact that the BJP has put out a poster with all the opposition leaders, from a Mamata Banerjee to a Mr. Kharge and obviously the Gandhis, it tells you how political the BJP is. The cat is out of the bag. The fact that some leaders of the opposition, including the Congress, are not going for the Pran Pratishtha, we can debate that. But to call them anti-Sanatan, I want to tell you, Rahul, a few points. You know who's anti-Sanatan? Is the political party whom the Supreme Court said you should not have done that to Bilkis Bano. And it is on record. I request everybody watching this program to read how a political party and its leaders protected 11 rapists, called them sanskari, and they gang raped a woman, an Indian woman, forget her religion. Point number 2. I think the basic point here is this. Where is the President of India? Has the President of India been invited? We are talking about a bipartisan, non-political event.
You ask the trust.
Rahul, jara mujhe khatam karne do yaar. This is not fair. I am not going to be here for too long. The others will continue. I am a student of civics. I am also a student of political history. And I challenge anybody on your program today to tell me, who is India's commander-in-chief? The President of India is not there for the Ram Janambhoomi or the Ram Mandir consecration. What a shame. This is, in my opinion, Rahul, much as, some of us may have our own, political partisanship. This is blatant. This is brazen. This is in your face. And how can a political party, to take the argument that my friend Tessin correctly put forward, they want Bhagwan Ram to be considered part of historical reality.
But talk about why the Congress is not wanting to go.
Rahul, I'm coming to that. I'm not going to take too long.
At least the Congress has been invited, sir.
I'm answering you.
Forget about those who have not been invited. What about those who have been invited?
Yeah,
if it matters so much, why aren't they there?
I'm answering you. So Bhagwan Ram, according to the Bhakts and some of the cheerleaders on your program, is a reality. But Sita ji is a matter of faith. This is the ultimate hypocrisy and fraud.
No, you're a bit confused. Sanjay, just very quickly, please respond to why the Congress is not. All these points are valid. Fine, I give them to you. conceded, argument 1, 2, 3, 4, all conceded. Tell me, if Ram is the essence of our civilization, and he was exhaled really, metaphorically speaking, by Mahatma Gandhi, one of the founders of the Congress,
Correct.
as life was draining from him, when a trust appointed by the Supreme Court invites Sonia Gandhi, she says, I don't want to mix religion with politics. Yet, her own Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, was hosting iftar after iftar, spending public money, hosting these iftar parties.
Worship Act, Rahul.
Exactly.
Okay, Rahul,
So
before I leave my last 1 minute to explain to you the Congress's
No, you still have 8 minutes on the show.
No,
Only till 7:30, right? You have 8 minutes. So
yeah, no. I'm
answer.
saying, I'm assuming that you'll give me 1 minute. So
No,
here
no,
is
I'll
my
give you a minute and a half. You speak,
Okay.
no? Answer
Okay.
my question, please.
Okay. The Congress party is articulated, I think, a very categorical position. Number one, which is that the BJP and the RSS and the VHP and the cheerleaders on the panel are not the custodians of the Hinduism religion.
But who is
and
saying
the
they are?
Shankaracharyas are.
The Shankaracharyas have played a political role, my dear friend. I have already explained to you. I'm only asking you. Only asking you. Forget Shankar. Why are you hiding behind the great
What do you mean hiding
Shankaracharyas?
behind?
I'm asking you.
Is
Simple,
Ranganathan bigger than the
straightforward question.
Shankaracharya?
Simple, straightforward question. The trust is in. Look, the Granthis are going from Punjab.
How can he be?
Okay. Ahmadiyya leaders are going. Shia leaders are going. The principal Muslim litigant is going.
Sure.
But Sonia Gandhi doesn't want to go, though she sent somebody to represent India for the canonization of Teresa. I mean, what is, I'm not understanding the problem here. The problem is, viewers, he brings in Bilkis Bano. I have taken a public position saying that it was the worst thing to have done. You know it, viewers. It was the wrong thing. But I want to ask you, then let's compare apples with apples. There were certain Congress leaders whose hands were dipped in the blood of Sikhs in 1984. They kept rising up and up in the party hierarchy. So much so that Rahul Gandhi was even asked to apologize, which he couldn't bring himself to do so. At least Dr. Manmohan Singh had the decency to do so. Viewers, and those people are still out of jail, having a good time. Kashmiri Hindus murdered, butchered. The Congress not only joined hands with the killers, viewers, and the conspirators, but embraced them, the separatists. They invited them into their offices. The Prime Minister is there with that horrible chap, viewers, who's rotting today in prison. I don't even want to take his name. Disgusting fellow. Can you imagine, viewers? Can you?
So can I quickly answer you before
Vishnu
I go?
Jain, no, I think, sir, you have spoken for 6 minutes
You
by
have
the
spoken,
watch.
not me. You have spoken,
Rahul,
not me.
can I
Give me
make
30
certain
seconds.
points here?
Yeah,
I have
please,
to leave.
Vishnu ji.
I'm
Vishnu
not
ji,
going to
Rahul,
program.
Make your
Rahul,
point.
I'm-
Tell Sanjay
Rahul
Jha,
ji,
he's asked
I'm
3
just telling,
questions.
I'm just telling legal position.
Yes.
And the stand of Congress.
Very categorically,
Indira Gandhi for the
it
first
is a
time,
political project,
despite-
and it is
Sir, just a
insult to
minute.
Bhagwan Ram.
We all
Because
have
Bhagwan Ram
heard
belongs
you.
So
to
are you
all of
saying
us,
that Sikh
not to a
Granthis,
political
are you
party.
saying that Sikh Granthis and all other religious denomination heads who are going there are becoming part of a political project? They've been
I'm
subsumed.
speaking on behalf
Sir,
of the
don't
people
have
I'm
such
speaking
disrespect for the Sikh Granthis
Well, let
who are
me tell
going
you-
there in
let
the
me tell
fair
you-
name of Lord Ram.
Let
Please.
me tell you,
I know that the Congress...
BJP has no right to speak for Hinduism.
Okay. Sir,
BJP is not
that might
appointed
be-
to speak
yes,
on
so
behalf of
Nehru
Hinduism.
must. Nehru must.
I'm a Hindu.
Who
I'm a
couldn't stand the
practicing
Sengol,
Brahmin.
who couldn't
I
stand
don't need any
Somnath, who
certificate
couldn't
from the
stand
BJP.
Ayodhya, he
I
couldn't
don't
stand
need
Ram.
any certificate from anybody from the
Okay, so the
BJP,
Congress
RSS
must.
or
The
the
Congress
VHP.
must stand for. The Congress must stand for Ram, viewers. Okay, 1 second, Vishnu
Now,
Jain.
Rahul,
come
can
in.
I don't need any
Now, Rahul,
certificates
I just want to
from
bring
anybody
certain
from the
facts here.
Sangh Parivar.
And
Let
the
me make
fact
that
of the
clear.
matter is, if you remember, and I'm speaking very, very legally.
Yes.
In 1976, first time, Indira Gandhi had brought 7-point programs for the minority community. And minority means only Muslims. In violation of the constitutional principles. For the first time, by 42nd Amendment, secularism word was introduced in the constitution, which was against the will of the framers of the constitution. For the very first time, places of a draconian act like Places of Worship Act was enacted in 1991 by the Congress Party government. For the first time in 1995, the Waqf Act was enacted by the Congress Party government, and all the lands are being taken away by the Waqf board. Today is the third largest owner of the land in the country. And if you remember, Rahul, Sachar committee was brought in by the Congress government in violation of the constitutional principles, and it was said by the then Prime Minister that इस देश के संसाधनों पे सबसे पहला अधिकार मुसलमानों का है. And till date, the government run by Congress government was giving 5,000 crores to the members of the minority community. Whether religion and whether at that point of time religion was separate from politics, not at all, Rahul.
This guy is uttering lies
and
and
appreciate
fake
the
news.
Supreme Court.
This
Mr.
is
Kapil
fake
Sibal
news.
said in the Supreme
is
Court,
fake
Mr. Kapil
news.
Sibal said that let this matter be decided after 2019
This is
elections.
fake
In the
news.
Supreme Court, Rajiv Gandhi tore away the map of Ram Mandir. In the Supreme Court, Rajiv Gandhi told Hindus as Talibanis. All these things were done by the Congress government, and they call Bhagwan Ram as Kalpanik, Ramayana as Kavya. And today, how can you expect them to come and participate in the Pran Pratishtha ceremony? And let me also tell you one very important fact. The Congress president is still facing charges of asking votes in the name of religion, and the petition is pending in the Supreme Court. She is accused of corrupt practice when she asked votes in the name of religion by Muslim community, and it was in violation of section 123 subclause 3 of the Representation of People Act. And one more important fact, Rahul, please appreciate one last fact. I am just telling one last fact. Pranab Mukherjee wrote a book, The Turbulent Years. Page number 128 and 129 of that book said कि राजीव गांधी से बहुत बड़ी गलती हुई राम मंदिर का ताला खुलवाने में. What was that? What was that? राजीव गांधी ने क्या राम मंदिर के ताले खुलवाए? बताएं मिस्टर तहसीन पूनावाला. Your own president, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee has written in his book, page number 128, 129.
Can I please answer?
No, 1 second.
Can I please
One
answer?
second, 1 second.
No, please allow me.
Someone
Please allow
made the
me or
charge.
allow
1
Sanjay.
second. Someone made
Please
the
allow
charge
Sanjay
that
only.
this was fake news.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask
Sanjay
a
did.
question. 1 second. Vishnu ji.
So let me explain to you where the fake news is.
Yeah, please.
Can I do that quickly?
Yeah, please.
The gentleman who spoke before me said that Dr. Manmohan Singh said that the Muslims have the first rights on national resources.
This chestnut.
Now, let me expose the fraud. Let me expose the lie. This is what the BJP circulates day in and day out. What Dr. Manmohan Singh said, and I request you to kindly put it out on your program,
Yes, sir.
that on the national resources of India, the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribe.
No, sir. He said in
women,
particular,
children,
I have it here. I'll take it out for you. I'll take
And
it.
minorities have their rights.
Yes.
These guys have cherry
No,
picked.
sir. You have actually cherry picked this.
Put it out.
Yes,
It
I'll
is a
I'll
lie.
just put it out.
It is
Give
a
me 30
brought by
seconds.
him.
Give me 30 seconds.
Structure
I'll pull it
committee
out.
was brought by
Put it
him
out because I
in
will put
violation
it
of the
out on
constitutional
Twitter.
principles, sir.
If it is not done, I will put it out on Twitter and I will tag this guy,
You
whoever
know-
he is. And who
Okay,
he
one
is.
second.
You
don't
tag
be
this guy,
disparaging.
and we all are cheerleaders.
Okay,
and you are a
viewers,
business.
here is the Times of India.
By the BJP.
Here is the Times of
and
India.
The right-wing ecosystem.
1 second. Here is the Times of India, viewers. I pulled out the Times of
put it
India.
out from the actual
I
clarification.
have, my dear friend. It's been put out from there only. Please.
Padhiye.
Listen, quote, we will have to devise innovative plans to ensure that minorities, comma, particularly the Muslim minority, are empowered to share equitably the fruits
That's not
of
the
development.
complete statement.
1 second. Now
That
you're
is
shouting
not
away.
the complete
Now
statement.
you're shouting
You are
away.
indulging.
1 second.
Rahul, you are indulging in the same
This-
fake news that this
Sir,
guy has
how
done.
I'm quoting these newspapers?
That
You
is
can
not
sue the
the complete
newspapers.
statement.
Oh my God. Look, viewers, you know...
The Satchar Committee, sir. What about the Satchar Committee?
One minute.
What about the book written by the President of India, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee? What about the minority programs? What about the WAF Act? What about the Places of Worship Act? What about the statement
please may I be
made by
allowed to
Mr.
respond?
Yeah, I
in the
will,
Supreme
of course.
Court?
Let
got
me
it.
also
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
BJP, yes.
Please allow me to
And
respond.
please stop
Okay, now
calling
1
us
second.
cheerleaders,
1 second.
sir.
Let's not derail this. Let's not derail this. I think,
Yeah,
you know,
but-
1 second, 1
Sir,
second.
we are talking
1 second,
with
as
a lot of
usual.
respect.
1 second, as usual, Sanjay Jha has caught hold of the slimmest edge of the wedge to derail this debate. So I'm going to bring it right back. I'm going to bring in the BJP. I'm going to bring in Tehseen Poonawala. And Dr. Ranganathan has been raising his hand. So 1 second. Let me first go straight across to Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen Poonawala, look. To prove a point that goes against the grain, you have to adduce fact after fact after fact after fact, isn't it? And I have done so. Tell me which fact is wrong. Locks of Babri Masjid were opened under the Rajiv Gandhi government, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. 1 second. Rajiv Gandhi government allowed VHP to perform Shilanyas, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Rajiv launched 89 election campaign from Faizabad promising Ram Rajya in India, yes or no?
And said a Ram temple will be built. It was in the Congress manifesto.
Okay. 3. Viewers, all of these are the facts.
You're the
PMO,
best. I agree.
one second. PM Rao was updated every 30 minutes on the progress of the demolition of Babri Masjid by then Home Secretary Godbole, but did nothing. Yes or no?
I'm not aware of that because that's from a book.
Viewers,
No, that's from a book.
viewers,
I'm not. See, I can tell you what I'm aware of.
The man who quit in disgust
Rahul,
put
but you
out.
must-
No,
you
one
must allow
second.
me to
Put
speak.
out the call
Sure.
log. I'm just telling the viewers. He's not
Sure.
aware, but I'm then informing you. It's not
Fair
just some
point.
book. He put out the entire call log of how many calls he made. He was a Home Secretary,
Correct.
viewers. He recorded them. It was part and it was produced and put in court. It is court verified court documents. Vishnu Shankar Jain will
Okay.
tell you this because he fought the case.
Okay.
It's matter of
Fair
record,
point.
public record. And this gentleman said, I don't know. So I'm
No,
just
so
saying.
can I
who's
now? Can I
confused?
make my point? Yeah,
Yeah, of
Rahul,
course,
thank
make
you.
your point,
So
sir.
I agree.
You agree to all the
so
facts, but you disagree with the
I agree.
conclusion. How does this work?
No, I
Tehseen?
don't. Okay. Rahul, you have to allow me to
Of
say
course.
I agree.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Therefore, the conclusion is A plus B plus C, your facts, shows that Congress is pro-Hindu. Congress wanted the temple to be built now.
Yeah,
Now,
Congress
what you,
must come
what,
to the
Rahul, please, Mr. Jain, I'm speaking after a long time. I never interrupt anyone. Please give me my thing. Now, one, I have empathy for Mr. Jain. I'm coming to that, but just 2 points. Since everything you
Don't
say, the
empathize
Congress
me.
wanted the Ram. No, okay, you're my friend and I respect you. Can I have respect for you?
Thank you. Thank you
Is
so
that
much.
all
I
right?
also respect-
Thank you. And I respect you. I truly respect your fight. Now let's see. Since Congress did everything, उन्होंने तो छाती ठोक कर किया और छाती ठोक कर 1992 में कानून ले आए. They said let's build a Bhavya Ram Mandir and next to it a temple, a mosque, as you rightly said. BJP says no, let Parliament build it. Now today that a temple is being built, like you rightly said, it's by the order of the court.
Tehseen, I have
the
one
court
small
asked
question.
the Prime Minister to intervene.
One small
Sir,
question.
Please allow my,
Very quick.
allow my
One
team to
small
couple of viewers,
question.
no?
One small question. Will Sonia Gandhi and the Congress party accept an invite, if it comes, from the Muslim Trust to inaugurate their mosque? Simple question, yes or no?
They'll be distributing cards. Congress will be distributing invitation cards.
Okay, will I now be allowed to speak so I can make my points? Otherwise, if I'm
No,
again,
but
maybe
answer
I'm
the
not
question.
asking. I will. I was answering the first one when you interrupted me.
Acha.
So
Zarur aayega.
this temple, so this temple is being built by the orders of the court. The same court that asked the Prime Minister to intervene. The present Prime Minister, he refused. The BJP or Mr. Jain still haven't answered on the affidavit saying that Ram Setu does not exist. This present government.
Yes, they haven't
But let
answered
me-
because, hang on,
Yes.
at least they haven't committed themselves like the Congress did. Let me
But-
bring in
but-
Pratyush Kant
no,
on
no,
that
one
point.
second,
Pratyush
sir,
Kant,
you have to allow me to
Pratyush
finish.
Kant,
Sir,
Pratyush
you
Kant,
cannot, sir.
respond.
Please allow me. Sir, I
Respond
need
to
one line,
Tehseen.
just one line. I need one line, just one line in there. But do you know Jitendra Singh ji in
Well,
Rajasthan
Rahul,
said,
Tehseen
Just
has.
10 seconds. Just 10 seconds.
You made that point.
Should
Let
I
me
should I
respond to
speak?
you on that question.
Should I speak? Finally, do I get my
Yes.
chance at
Mr.
speaking?
Kant, go ahead. Mr. Kant, go ahead, please.
Thank you,
Does
Rahul.
people
Much
exist or
obliged
no?
to you.
And
Much
if it does,
obliged.
why does
Much
he get the
grateful.
things away?
Okay,
So
let him respond.
I heard Tehseen speak at least 6-7 times. Then the other fellow. Everybody had a viewpoint about BJP, and very patiently I heard them out. The whole story that has emerged by the Congress family not going, is run by the family. They're following the tradition which Nehru had laid for them, that they're anti-temple, anti-Hindu culture. It has come out in the open now. Even a person living in a small village of UP and Bihar knows what Congress mindset is. But the truth is, and the saddest part of the story is, that being the prime opposition party of the country, they oppose everything that good happens in this country. Could be G20, or a Bharat Ratna for Pranab Mukherjee ji, or new parliament. Why? Why do you need to oppose everything? Ram is in the heart in every single Indian. This is the time for them to go and celebrate. After decades, the temple is coming. And let me tell you, it's only the family and the retainers who are unhappy that this Bhav Mandir is coming. There must be n number of Congress workers who must be extremely pained. And in a program also I saw the
Yes.
pain of few of their leaders.
That's true. They
To
are.
play with
quite
religion in this matter. For them, Ram is something who is in our heart.
No, but Mr.
Now for
Kant,
Mother
specific
Teresa, he was
question.
so sad that I'm sending Margaret
The
Arora,
charge
I'm
that the
unwell, I
Congress
cannot
is
come.
making
He is
is
not
that
answering
even
one
the
question.
Ram, this temple is being
Shankaracharyas.
built,
Okay,
you are
Mr.
not
Kant,
doing.
1 minute. 1 minute, great. All of this is, of course, par for the course and brilliantly put and everything. But I just want to ask you, the Congress began by saying, look, the Shankaracharyas are not showing up. 4 of them are not showing up. They're saying it's a monopolized event. The BJP and Prime Minister are all the, it's become their event. So what are we going to do there? So even they are not coming. Respond to that.
I heard it, the debate started with that, Rahul. The truth is that 2 people have said, 2 Shankaracharyas have said that it's a fake thing. You see, you have to understand that this is the trust which is handling the whole show. For every BJP worker, for every Hindu, it's a day of celebration.
Okay.
Why are we mixing politics and religion together?
Okay.
Why on earth are we doing
viewers,
that? It serves the purpose of the Congress party. They have lived on appeasement of politics,
Okay,
and for them, they are trying to use this to play the
BJP
minority
says
card,
it's the Congress politicizing.
ensure
Dr.
that
Ranganathan,
vote which is there.
Dr. Ranganathan, I think Tehseen misunderstood. I was quoting all those examples to suggest and look at how the Congress has actually played the Ram card without success all these years, and they are today talking about separating religion from politics. He didn't get what I was getting at, but anyhow, you have.
Permit me the intervening time, Rahul. I have been tabulating all the facts that you, me and Vishnuji have given. I gave 13 facts, you gave 8, Vishnuji gave 7. So, so many facts and so many lies came from the other side, the quote-unquote other side that in fact was quoted by Sanjay Jha, and it must be profoundly embarrassing for my dear brother Tehseen for Sanjay Jha to say that he has a telepathic connection with Tehseen. My God, Tehseen, be very careful of that. No, but couple of points out here. First of all, for Sanjay Jha to say ki Sita ji kahan, are bhaiya. Now, Rahul, by analogy, the hospital where you were born, will it have the this birth certificate of you, or along with you your wife as well? It is Ram Lalla, the place of birth of Lord Ram, not of Goddess Sita. So, but of course, it will only be Lord Ram's statue that will be there, Ram Lalla, that will be consecrated. Finally, I do submit one point that the quote-unquote other side has made, which is a very legitimate point which BJP has to answer for, and it didn't answer for 6 months ago as well. I would have actually preferred, had the Congress said, we are declining the invitation because even the President of India has not been invited. Fair, that would have been fair enough, because according to me, and I said it at the consecration of the new parliament at the Sengol, at the scepter, holy scepter, the President was not invited.
How is Rahul BJP? How is BJP involved in the process of invitation? You please ask Anand, how is BJP involved? It is the trust which invites people. Why you always say BJP's name? BJP has got nothing to do with the guest list.
Who has something to do with Mr. Khan, please? Mr. Khan, please. I didn't interrupt you.
Independently invites anybody.
I didn't interrupt you, Mr. Khan. Please, so please, can you please be courteous enough and not interrupt me? I gave 2 examples. At the consecration of the Holy Scepter, the Senkol, the President, the highest executive authority, who was the supreme commander of our armed forces, and the keeper of the constitution was not invited. Why? There also, was it the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust that was doling out invitations for coming for the consecration of the new parliament? No. Was it not the government? The President should have been there, and here the trust should have invited the President. So had the Congress said, we are declining because the highest constitutional authority has not been invited, I would have preferred that to their churlish excuses that this is a political matter, that the religion has got nothing to do, it's personal. So all that thing just goes completely out of the window.
Well, I mean, the roles.
Can I please make a point? I want to make one point that I was continuously interrupted in.
Okay, 30 seconds. I don't have much
more time.
Please, just
30 seconds.
I have to go to
I'm speaking.
Yeah.
I'm saying this. Look, the Honorable Supreme Court gave the Nirmoy Akhada seat in this trust. The Honorable Supreme Court gave. These idols, the custodian was the Nirmoy Akhada, and they were the custodians of that land. Now, whatever the VHP is doing, or this trust is doing, the fact of the matter is, why isn't the actual idols being displayed every day? And where is the Nirmoy Akhada today?
No, the actual idols, you're not understanding. This is another confusion. Again, what is this? Vishnuji.
I'm not
members of Nirmoy Akhada are there in the trust, Rahul.
What these people are talking about, and they can't keep talking about the old Murti. The old Murti.
It should be displayed every day. Part of the trust, sir. please display it every
Now
day. We
see that
want to
this is
display
what
it.
this is
Okay,
the
okay.
Even
politics.
Viewers,
messenger
viewers,
is
Want
yeah,
to
divided
Dikhi,
divide
on
they are
display.
talking
and
about
rule.
now form when they don't even want to go for the function. How concerned they are about which murti, who's being invited. They get the invitation and they
Because
don't
the
go.
Akhada fought for
Anyhow,
it.
look,
Lingoy Akhada fought for it.
one
Why are
second,
you
one second.
sidelining them?
One
Why are you
second, one
sidelining
second.
them?
No one is being
Whereas
sidelined,
VHP
sir. Who is
they
being
are.
sidelined? Till
Why
yesterday,
are they
viewers,
distributing?
one second. Till yesterday, they were saying, oh, LK Advani, LK Advani, LK Advani, who they all wanted to jail.
Tehseen, would you go if you were invited? Tehseen, would you go if you were
1,000,
invited?
1,000% I will go.
Yeah.
How can I
But you
Okay,
talk about
okay.
Lingoy.
1000% he says he'll go, but the Congress party, who is related to really, viewers, he doesn't want to go. He's one of those.
Arey.
He's one of the cadre members of the Congress that is desperate to go, but for the apex.
I am not a member of the
For the
Congress.
apex. Anyhow, viewers, look, I'm just saying something very simply this. Ram represents an essence of our civilization, and Dr. Ranganathan will stay on with us as we explore what he means for us. Why is this Pran Pratishtha so important? Let's open this up. Dushyant Sridhar is here with us. Today, Ram is being reduced to a political instrument, viewers, an instrumentality, to be precise, by the opposition. But he is not. He is much above this. If he was just a political instrumentality, you would not have had the Granthis, you would have not had Ahmadiyas, you would have not had other Muslims from other denominations, you would have not had Parsis, you would have not had Jains, you would have not had other people from different stratas, minority groups, going to present themselves before Ram. He means something more. He's a Maryada Purush. And Dushyant Sridhar put Ram's relevance into context for Bharat. Not for one individual, one denomination, one religion, but for Bharat. Tell us.
Namaskaram Rahul and namaskaram to all the Astikas and my panel members here. There is a saying, the premise is very simple, Rahul. When Rama for no reason has been asked to go on an exile for 14 years and he leaves Ayodhya, the praja, the subjects look up to him and say, Yascharamam na pashyetu yancharamo na pashyati. Whoever hasn't seen Rama, or those of them who have not been seen by Rama, they are to be ridiculed, it seems. It's a hyperbole, but what it means is, on the day, the 22nd of January, a lot of them will be present in Ayodhya. They will get to see Rama in person. And there will be crores of people, just not in Bharatadesham, but beyond Bharatadesham also, watching him live through technology. So I'm sure positive things are going to happen for Bharatam and for the rest of the world. Trust me, Rahul, it may seem like an exaggeration. I'm sure when after the Prana Pratishtha happens in a few months, people may think I'm being very cynical. But the wars that we see in the Middle East and even in Russia will stop. Because the positivity that such a Prana Pratishtha will do will be to bring welfare to the world. Whether people go to the ceremony or not, whether they have preconceived notions about Hinduism or they have some grudge against Hinduism, all this is immaterial, because as a civilization, as a dharma, the Lord Paramatma, whom we believe as Paramatma, is not a person who says you have to be mine for me to bless you.
There you go.
Whether you believe in him or not, grace is there for everyone.
Even if your BJP's Ram, you can...
That is Rama for us.
He will bless you. That is Rama. That is Rama. So that's why viewers, people like Iqbal, great sons of India, and then of course became the founders of Pakistan because they got overpowered by, what can I say? But nonetheless, even he, Iqbal, called Lord Ram Imam-e-Hind. Firoz Ahmed Bakht, why did he do so? Why did Iqbal, who campaigned aggressively in the latter part of his life for Pakistan, even go out there and say that, look, Ram represents our culture, the culture of humanity?
Yes, thank you so much, Rahul Shiv Shankarji, and it was a joy to listen to my friend who is a sage before me, and he spoke so well about Maryada Purushottam, Lord Rama. And let me answer your question. Why Iqbal, Shair-e Mashriq, poet of the East, that is his title in Urdu, why he called Lord Rama as
Imam-e-Hind, yes.
Imam-e-Hind, right? I would go a step ahead. he must have seen something in Lord Rama and the positive vibes of interfaith harmony in Lord Rama. That's why a person who made Pakistan later on understood the impact of Lord Rama. And what is this next step? The next step which I will take is he is not only Imam Hind. Lord Rama is also Imam Alam. Imam Alam means the Imam, the leader of the world, right? In fact, religious leader of the world. Let me tell you one thing. You know, India, I think it's very important to repeat that sher which he said about Lord Rama. है राम के वजूद पे हिंदुस्तान को नाज कहते हैं उसे अहले नजर ही इमाम हिंद. So those who understand, like poet Iqbal, or you know all the people who understand him, they consider him the real visionary of the world. And one more thing, let me add, Rahul Shivshankar. This is a positive debate, and my friend is on the same side of the table. And it's not the kind of burning debate which I heard earlier was there with Jha Saab and others. So one more thing, let me. The spirit of India is that of Ramatva. The spirit of India is that of Muhammadatva. That is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And that's why, we have been existing since eons, since centuries, like sugar and milk. And that has to be...
So he's a great unifier. Dr. Ranganathan, great unifier. Ram is the unifier. Would you agree with this?
Absolutely, and my greetings to Firoz Saab and to my good friend Dushyant, and it's been a wonderful debate, but can I just make a couple of points here?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, philosopher Mr. Ranganathan.
Not at all, not at all. I hope I don't end up annoying anyone. That's not my intention ever, but if it happens, then it happens. To talk about, to quote Iqbal and to quote-unquote eulogize him is like talking about Hafiz Saeed or Osama bin Laden, in my opinion, because let me now quote this guy called Iqbal. Quote, I confess to be a pan-Islamist. The mission for which Islam came into this world will ultimately be fulfilled. The world will be purged of infidelity and the worship of false gods, and the true soul of Islam will be triumphant, unquote. This is the same Iqbal who actually was the pallbearer for Ilmuddin, the guy who murdered the publishers of Rangila Rasool just because it was purported to be blasphemous. And Iqbal was crying at the funeral and he said, "Hum piche reh gaye, ye carpenter ka beta aage reh gaya." This is the true Iqbal. So please, at least
he lost his way.
Dr.
Ranganathan, he lost his way.
I quoted him much before. He used the term Imam Hind. He was a pan-Islamist much before that. And his grandfather was a Kashmiri Pandit.
Okay, the point is, viewers, the point is...
To come back to this discussion.
Yeah,
please. Come back to this discussion.
Professor Ranganathan is a high-profile researcher. All the things which are saying might be correct. I'm not challenging those things. But let me tell Professor Ranganathan, please listen to me.
Gentlemen, let's not speak over each other. I can't hear anything, please, and neither can the viewer. Just 1 second. Look, let me just step in here. Viewers, before this goes south or east or west or north or whatever, I'll just step in here and I'll just say, look, today we are celebrating an individual who unites everyone, whose name appears more than 500 times, reverentially, in some of the world's greatest holy books. Yes. Think about that. Just think about that. Leave it at that. Why would it be so if he did not symbolize the essence of our culture? Think about that. Take a short break.
Co-powered by that a Pulwama-like attack might take place and people should be more vigilant. Now BJP is in the state, they are saying that it is a part of appeasement politics which the RJD is playing right now.
All right, Saurabh, we're running out of time. Sorry, I'd like to interrupt you there, but we'll keep coming back to you for more updates on this story. As of now, we have some more breaking news coming in. And the BJP has started preparations for Ram Darshan Yatra after January 22nd function, in which 20 to 25,000 people will be brought daily from a Lok Sabha constituency to Ayodhya by special trains for Ram Darshan. And CNN News 18's Aman Sharma is joining us with more details on this. Aman, over to you.
See, Anjali, the Chief Minister of Yogi Adityanath and even the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, had appealed to Ram Bhakt that please come to Ayodhya after January 22nd. Don't come on January 22nd because that day only the invitees for the function by the temple trust should be in Ayodhya. The rest of the people, the normal pilgrims, the Ram Bhakt should visit Ayodhya only after 3rd. And now BJP, we have learning, is making big preparations to ensure that Ram Bhakts from across the country can reach Ayodhya easily. We are learning that something termed as a Ram Darshan Yatra could be started by the BJP as early as January 23rd or 24th, which could go on for the next 2 months, in which people from every Lok Sabha constituency in the country, 20 to 25,000 people, could be brought to Ayodhya daily for Ram Darshan. There will be special trains which will be run from across the country to Ayodhya to facilitate this. There were three senior BJP leaders, Mr. Sunil Bansal, Mr. B.L. Santosh, and Mr. Tarun Chugh, who were in Ayodhya yesterday to review what the stay arrangements, how the stay of these pilgrims, which will come in big numbers to Ayodhya from January 23rd, will be arranged because it's also cold right now. Where will they stay? How will they be put up? How will they be made to go to the Ram temple and do a comfortable darshan of the deity? So all these preparations are being done, and up to the 25th March, we are learning for almost 2 months. This Ram Darshan Yatra could continue, in which pilgrims are coming from across the country to get a darshan of the Ram Lalla.
All right, Aman, thank you so much for getting us all those details. Ahead of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony in Ayodhya on January 22nd, the politics over invitation continues to escalate. Now, the Congress party has finally decided to skip the Ram Mandir inauguration. Congress released a statement yesterday and said that the party has decided to decline the invitation because it is a BJP RSS event and that the Mandir opening has been politicized by the BJP. Now, dissent seems to be growing within the Congress party over rejecting the invitation for Ram Mandir. Party leader Acharya Pramod Krishnam has expressed displeasure over the decision and has also said that this decision has broken many hearts. And on the other hand, senior Gujarat Congress leader Arjun Modhwaria has also hit out at Congress and said that this is a matter of faith and belief of the countrymen and that Congress should have stayed away from taking such political decisions.
मुझे पूरा भरोसा है कि कांग्रेस हिंदू विरोधी पार्टी नहीं है, कांग्रेस राम विरोधी नहीं है। ये कुछ लोग हैं जिन्होंने इस तरह का फैसला कराने में भूमिका अदा की है। ये बड़ा गंभीर विषय है। आज मेरा दिल टूट गया है और इस फैसले से करोड़ों कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ताओं का दिल टूटा है। उन कार्यकर्ताओं का, उन नेताओं का जिनकी आस्था भगवान राम में है।
नहीं आएंगे तो भी बदनाम होंगे और आएंगे तो हमारे जाल में फंस जाएंगे। अजीब किसी की बात है भाई। और भगवान के आड़ में ये लोग वोट ले रहे हैं। अगर हिम्मत है तो रोजगार देकर वोट ले, स्वास्थ्य शिक्षा पर वोट ले, भाईचारे बंदी पर कर ले, अर्थव्यवस्था पर कर ले। अर्थव्यवस्था थोड़ा बढ़ रही है। अरे भारत की पॉपुलेशन इतनी अधिक है, कंजम्पशन ही इतना अधिक है, तो नेचुरली थोड़ा बहुत ग्रोथ तो लेगी लोगी। तो बड़ा अच्छा किया है और किसी को नहीं जाना चाहिए। ये आरएसएस बीजेपी का कार्यक्रम है और ये धार्मिक कार्यक्रम नहीं, राजनीतिक कार्यक्रम है।
ये तो बड़ा सौभाग्य का योग है कि ऐसे भव्य प्रसंग पर वहां प्रत्यक्ष उपस्थिति का अवसर मिला है। तो सारे देश में भी हम देखते हैं कि इस प्रसंग सब लोग तो आ नहीं पाएंगे, कुछ को निमंत्रण मिला है वो आएंगे, परंतु गांव-गांव में, घर-घर में इसका उत्साह है। एक विश्वास सबके मन में स्थापित हुआ है, उसके कारण संपूर्ण देश का वातावरण मंगलमय बना है। ये तो मांग के भी न मिलने वाला अवसर है, वो मिला है, तो जरूर उसमें रहूंगा।
अफवाह की वजह से माहौल बनाया गया कि जिस देश में प्रधानमंत्री रहते हुए सुरक्षा व्यवस्था व्यवस्था को घंटा दिखाकर और हमारे 47 जवानों को शहीद कर दिया गया और उसका उस स्थिति का इस्तेमाल इस तरह से किया गया जैसे कि लगता था कि भारी